الفاتحة. I'm sorry, sitting, I have to stand up, respecting you all. So if you like, I can stand up. What you prefer, standing up or sitting? Sitting? Oh, that's nice. On the aeroplane, we sit or we stand? We sit. On a boat, we sit. On a bike, we sit. On a motorcycle, we sit. In paradise, we don't know. Are we standing or sitting? Our body is sitting, but our soul, is it sitting or standing? That's too much. Our soul, our spirit, is what? Can you see it? If we cannot see it, we must work hard to see it. Or else, I don't like to say it, but I say to myself, if I don't see my spirit and my soul, I am myself ignorant. I did not achieve enlightenment because I cannot see my soul, I cannot see my spirit. What I can see only a body. Where is the spirit? Body can, when a person is dead, the body can the body feel or does not feel? Some, they say the body feels, some they say no. Whatever. When the body is dead, means there was something moving that body. When a child in the womb of the mother, look how much God has given mothers, ladies, honor to carry the whole generation is carried through ladies. The whole 9 months raising the child in the womb of the mother is an honor for the mother that God gave to her. He didn't give that to the man. Men cannot pretend that they have that power. Only ladies. So who is better, ladies or men? Men can do things ladies cannot do. Ladies can do things men cannot do. So it's balanced. So, but that soul that is within us, that the child gets that spirit, that soul in the womb of the mother within a time frame that you know approximately when, but you cannot know the moment that the soul joined the body. Not any doctor can know that ahead of time. It's something that yet unknown to medicine, but known to spiritual masters. They know this moment because they went through that kind of experience and they use their soul to understand what is around them. We use our mind to understand what is around us, but they use their souls to understand what is around them. Using the soul is far more stronger than using the mind. The mind is intelligent, can give you things that you never think about. Today, can we say the mind is more efficient than the computer, which is more, give you more information? Mind or computer? Some people might say computer, but it's not correct. The mind is more stronger than a computer because God's creation does not resemble a human invention. Human invention is not up to the level of God's creation. But we need to use that power in order to understand our existence, to know what we are here for, what we are for, why we are on Earth, why not on Mars? A simple question. Why not on the moon? Is there life on the moon? Might be. Is there life on the sun? Might be. You might say how you can survive on the sun or you can survive on the moon. It's so simple. I am saying these things in order to come to the conclusion at the end to say that spirituality is important for a human life in order to bring harmony within the self and how to balance itself and how you can balance your system. Because our system is not balanced. Our system today, we are oppressing our system. We are not balancing it. That's why people are dying at the age of 70, 80, 70, average age for people living now. But before, you see, people can live till 100, 110, 115, 120. Village people, that all their life were organic. All their life was an organic life, was not a preserved life. Preservatives they are putting in the food, contaminating the food, polluting the food. People today, they are cooking, but sorry, our food is not that perfect because it's polluted. Polluted with what? With negative energy that's moving around everywhere. There is pollution. We are reflecting from ourselves these bad energies and polluting others. There are people like you who are interested in spirituality. Of course, for sure, they are reflecting positive energy that it will try to fix problems of people who are around you. That's why sometimes we hold hand of each other in order to pass that energy from one person to another, that positive energy. So, is there life? Can you live on moon? There might be. Can you live on sun? On the sun? Yeah, might be. And the evidence is that they say, oh, it's too cold on the moon, you'll die. But look, when someone is sick and they need for him or for her an organ from someone else, they freeze it. And after it's frozen, they defrost it and they put it in the sick person, and that organ is alive another time. It didn't die. If our organs doesn't die, like take a sperm, you frozen it, and take an egg, you frozen it, from man a sperm, from woman an egg, and you froze them, both of them, and you later, at any moment, at any time, you fertilize them. They are alive. How? If we say that because of it's very cold on the moon, it's also very cold in the freezer. But there is life. Means life is not lost. That energy is always there. Yesterday I was speaking science and spirituality. Someone commented, they say, why you are speaking science and spirituality? You want spirituality. And that man, I'm happy that he is here today. How are you? Good? Happy to see you. I hope Afghanistan will come into peace. Thank you. So it is life energy is not dead. According to Einstein, energy is not lost. Energy is there, always is there. And example, and that's why I'm speaking science a little bit, never mind, forgive me for that, because it's important. This century is century of technology and sciences together was modernity. So it's important to speak scientific issues in order to build up your case for people to appreciate or to understand something that might relate to us at the end. So quantum physics, we're thinking about how much they can, the second can be fractioned to be, how much we can go in a second, can we divide a second in order that we can read time, the lowest possible time that we can read. Now we can read by second. This is the lowest. Second, minute, hour. And there is second of second. So they begin to evaluate that and experiment that, and they found out that if you go down second of a second of a second of a second of a second, zero, the second is 1. If you go down 0.1, 23 zero means 10 to minus power 23 zeros. 10 to minus 23 zeros means 0.1, 23 zeros. Time disappear. There is no more time. There is no past. There is no present. There is no future. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. That energy, that time, it creates time within it. That time frame comes from energy. And that energy is immortal. It is always there. If you reach that energy, you become immortal, not in the meaning of body will be immortal, but your soul will enter in that ocean of energy, and you will be always with that power, with that undescribable power that on top of the universe, that overlooking everyone. That's why people, they want to say, there is a power, and everyone knows that great power, supreme power, is the creator, that create creation, that create universe. So to understand ourselves is to understand the creator through his creation, to see the greatness of the creator through his creation. And an example of that, if there are here some scientists, you can see that this universe, which is very huge. One of our students, he has 5 PhDs in physics. One time I was asking him a question. He was the one who built Hubble telescope in the United States. That he said to me, we were not able to see except the edge of this galaxy. We were not able to see the galaxy as a total, but we are able to see the edge of the galaxy. And we were able to understand that in this galaxy, our galaxy, there is 80 billion stars. Not 80 million, 80 billion stars. And every star bigger than our solar system. And he said that we found later that there are no less than 6,000 galaxies, and they are greater than our galaxy. And all this complex of stars and galaxies are moving to nowhere. We don't know where they are moving, but we are calculating the speed is 300,000 kilometers per second. This galaxy moving in space where it's completely vacuum, no gravity. It's moving. Everything, we are moving, Earth, Sun, Moon, everything around us and other galaxies that we cannot see are moving in one direction. There is no two directions. One direction from when Big Bang happened, and it's moving, and we don't know where it is moving. And finally, later, I think before 6 months, he told me that I want to tell you, Sheikh, he was visiting me. He said, we have found now something strange in the universe. I said, what is that? He said, we found a wavelength that is not short wavelengths, that is not long wavelengths, that is not acute wavelengths, but a wavelength that is straight. He said, this is the most incredible discovery that physicists found, and they are unable to, it is all encrypted, and they are beginning to take out of these encryptions some information from this wavelength that is going straight in a linear line. So when you look at all this, You see, we see ourselves so small compared to this universe. But what God said, no, you are not so small. You are being honored to be created. I honored you more than I honored angels. More I honored any creation, I honored human beings. Means there is a secret within us that if we can open it, you can open all the doors that take you to a happy ending where you will be in the presence of that supreme power, of that creator. Now, how to do that? People think too much how to do that. That is within us. You have to water it. Like you are watering a seed or watering a flower. Keep giving water, it will grow. That needs meditation. That seed, that secret in the heart need us to meditate. Meditate about yourself, to understand yourself, and to understand the community around you. And in meditation, a lot of that energy that is moving around will be like a magnet. You will attract it because you become a magnet. You will attract it, and it will begin to make you to see what people cannot see, hear what people cannot hear. So our duty now, like these lights are spotlights. Without lights you cannot see. God gave you light within you. You have to let that light to shine. Rabbis trying their best to make their light to shine. Priests, they're making their best to make that light to shine. Imams, they are trying their best to make that light to shine. Buddhists, the same. Hindus, the same. Even secular person, even secular is God creation. You cannot say he is not a believer, then God will not be happy with you. Because he created him, he created her, he created me, he created you. We are all God creation. If you have a gallery for artwork and everyone is hanging his artwork on the wall and you go and watching and saying, oh, look, these pictures on the top, very beautiful. Is that beautiful? Can you do like that? No, this is a very big artist to do that. If there are paintings on the wall and you look at them and you say, oh, they are ugly. What happened? The artist will be angry. Why you are saying about my paintings ugly? I put my heart in them. I put my energy in them. I put my senses in them. I put my taste, my touch in these paintings. Why you are criticizing them? Who gave you the right? What you think about God creation. He created every one of us. with this perfect picture that suits that perfect person, man or woman. If you say that person is, whatever you want to say, trying to criticize, means you are criticizing the Creator. You are criticizing the Creator. And when you criticize the Creator, means you are attacking on the creation that the Creator creates. A secular, not secular, as long as he is someone who works with the community and work hard for the best of people to live in peace and harmony, everyone is equal. You cannot come against anyone and criticize. So meditation will teach us how to achieve understanding, to know our duty toward ourselves and our duty toward the others. In meditation, you try to connect to reach your reality that is in front of you. Everyone has a reality that it's with him and it is around him, and now they saying to you they have these special machines that they take pictures and they see your aura. Above you there is an aura. It depends how much clever you are or how much you have advanced in your journey of knowing your Lord, then your aura is a different color and greater than the others. There was a very famous king. He wants to give a present to the best artist in the country. So two of the best artists came to the king. We said, we want to compete for that reward. He said, okay, this is a symbolic story. He said, okay. One of them, he has to draw on a huge wall. He has to draw a very nice drawing to compete with the other one who is on the other side of the room. Also on the other wall has to draw another painting. And the king will come and will look on which one is better and give a reward. So on the left side, that famous artist was making a painting, and between both of them there is a curtain. They cannot see each other. So that one is busy doing the painting, his painting, very nicely. And the other one is having a sponge and some kind of a scrubber, and he is polishing the wall as much as he can. Polishing. He is day and night polishing, not doing something else, only polishing. The king was observing both of them. This one is doing a painting very nice. This one is polishing the wall. The king was surprised, but he's waiting the last day to open the curtain. And the last day, when it came, the king said, we have to open the curtain. And he came to that one who is polishing the wall. He said, what you are doing? He said, oh, my king, I'm making my drawing. He said, where is the drawing? He said, there. He said, there is nothing. It's the wall. He said, look well. He said, yeah, it's polished. It's polished. A very polished wall. No dust on it. Nothing is clear like a mirror shining. He said, this is my painting. He said, I will show it to you after a while when you open the curtain. So the other one, very nice drawing he's drawing. And the king came, took the curtain, and look, very nice drawing on the left. Look on the right, very beautiful drawing reflected on the mirror on the wall that became a mirror. That one polishing the wall to become a mirror, to reflect anything that is being done perfectly. So both of them, they took the reward, because this one had the same painting as this one, as much beautiful as this one, so both of them were sharing the painting. So means when you polish your heart, when the heart is being polished, through what? Through moral excellence, to behave the best way of behavior in your life. And I mentioned yesterday, you ask how to behave well. I said, not to be angry. Eliminate anger from within yourself. When we eliminate anger, we accept everyone. Anger is the root of every problem around the world and within us. We get angry from everything that we don't like. Our ego, there are two kinds of ego, the good one and the bad one. The bad one always struggling with the good one, wants to overtake the good one. And that's why we get angry. If we don't have a bad ego, only the good ego is receptive, accept everyone. That's why you see, you go to masters, Sufi master or spiritual masters, or rabbis or priests or Hindu leaders or Hindu masters or Buddhist masters, you see them very peaceful. Sometimes you might not find, let me say the truth, we have nothing to hide. Sometimes you might not find an imam that peaceful. He might have anger. You might not have a priest who is doesn't have anger. He might have anger, or a rabbi. But always spiritual people, as much as they are moving forward, anger will drop less and less. So that's why you see, as they advance in life and in training, these imams or priests or rabbis or Buddhist masters or Hindu, you see them very, very, very peaceful. Not the young ones. Sometimes the young ones, they get still angry. They are still on the road. They are still on the line. They are trying to go through that journey. So healers spiritual healers are the ones that are able to control their anger. They will not show their anger. When you control your anger, then you can achieve reality. There was a teacher who is my teacher's teacher, coming from the high mountains of Dagestan, which is a country, a state in Russia. Coming from that villages, which are all spiritual villages. Most of the people living in these areas, they believe in spirituality. So one day, and I give you that example, it's not necessary you have to apply it, but this is a story that happened between the master and the student. Then you can understand we can understand, take something out of that story. A person came to that sheikh, to that master, and he said, I want to be your student. He came all the way up to the mountain where our grand teacher was living, and he said, I want to be your student. He came, you know, in these countries they have this fez hat, but it's very thick, big one. So he putting it like that. Coming with a sword in his hand, under him, and a dagger here, and a pistol here, and came and say, I want to be your student. By force. How to be a student like that? You have one dagger here, one sword here, one pistol here, and your head is like that, means you are a wrestler, is a huge person. I want to be your student, going all the way up to the mountain. So he looked at him, and immediately, through spiritual connection, from his master, who is a healer, said, this man is coming with sincerity. Teach him how to be a student. He said, okay, I will. When he got this inspiration, he said, tonight you rest, tomorrow I will give you what you need to do. Don't say it's a funny story. It is a funny story, but you have to listen. It's a nice story that we keep teaching it to the student in order to understand that anger has to be eliminated. The main problem between a human being is anger. So next day in the morning, that wrestler is waiting from dawn to reach to, that dawn comes quickly in order that he is going to listen to the master and see what he has to do. And the master told him next day, oh my son, leave your dagger and pistol and sword here, and I'm sending you down to the city. He said, oh master, how am I going to leave my pistol here and my dagger? If someone going to speak with me, I'm going to shoot him. I cannot leave them here. This is a human nature. Put two children together, three years of age or 2 years of age, and give them some toys. After 5 minutes, they will fight for the toys. It's a human nature. That anger within our childhood is a problem. It's molded within us. We have to eliminate it. We are grown with it. When we were children, we were acting the same. We were fighting with the other child for a toy or for nothing even. Anything you see at the end of the other, you say, I want this. So he said, you go to the city now, and you will see one porter. Porter is carrying something on his shoulders. Go from the back, behind him, with your hand, slap him on his neck, and come to me, and see what will happen. He's teaching him. And he knows to whom he's sending, not to go to anyone and slap on the back. Then you create problem. So he was happy. Oh, I'm a wrestler. That's what I want. I want to beat someone. He wants him to get that anger out of his heart, to understand that there is problem within him. So he went. He saw that person that the master mentioned, and he was carrying on his shoulder some things to sell. He came from back and beated him on his, slap him on his neck. What you expect that person did? The wrestler is waiting that he will go and beat him, and they beat each other. But that person didn't. He looked at him, angry, and continued his way. The wrestler get upset because he wants to beat him. The sheikh, the master, is teaching a lesson. Look how he is controlling his anger. He went back, he said to the master, this is what happened. He said, okay, tomorrow I send you to another one. Next day, he sent him, he said, you will see someone in the street, same thing, but different person, carrying something on his shoulders. He dressing this dress, you go and slap him. Another time. That wrestler went and he slapped him. That man looked at him. He was smiling, laughing. So wrestler get upset more. First one was angry. Okay, I understand he's angry. That one he's smiling. What is this? This is spirituality? That one is angry, one is smiling, and I'm beating the people? So he came back to the master and he said, this is what happened. He said, okay, tomorrow I send you another one. Next day he said to him, you go to the farmland now, not the city anymore. You will see someone is plowing a buffalo and a plow, and he's plowing the farm. Take my stick, small stick, and hit him on his back. And tell me what will happen. He went, he took the stick, and he saw him, he was, say, this is the man. He hit him on the back. That man didn't look back. He pushed on his plow, plowing faster and moving faster with the buffalo. Buffalo was running, the farmer was running, and the wrestler running to beat him another time. And beating him on the back. That man fell down, running to him, kissing his hand, saying, please forgive me. I know my master has sent you to me to remind me to be a good person, to plow the land correctly because I'm being paid for it. I have to be a trustworthy person. He heard this. He began to cry. He went back to his teacher, and his teacher said, oh, my son, the first one was a beginner in the journey to know ma'rifatullah, to know about our Creator. He is in that journey, seeking that road. So he still have anger within him. The second one was not a beginner. He was ready to receive his secrets, to open for him the door of knowledge. So he reached farther down the line. So that one was ready. That's why he smiled. He knew that I'm sending you to him, saying to me, oh my Shaykh, I know that you are sending him. Still he has ego within him because he is saying, I know you are testing me. In spirituality, you must not say, I know. The only one who knows is your Lord where you are going. To humble yourself. When you humble yourself, then he will pour in your heart what you need to know. He said the third one is already in the divine presence. So, my son, if you eliminate anger from within yourself, you will reach what you want in this life. So, what to take with us tonight is to eliminate anger from within ourselves. in order to balance our system. Or else people get angry with their children, get angry with their parents, get angry with their neighbors, get angry even when you are driving a car and you overpass another car, they get angry, they press over, what's that you say, honking to you that what you are doing. And sometimes they show you signs with their fingers to make you not happy. For what? That one passed, let him pass. I will pass after him. That patience, anger, when you eliminate, patience come. When patience come, you become accepting and submitting to your Lord, accepting everyone. May God bless us and bless our meeting and bless our night and open for us the road of His way to reach Him and to reach His divine presence, as many of our precedent one came before us and show us the way. May God bless you. Thank you very much. If you have a question, as you like.
Thank you, Sheikh Abani, for that enlightened talk and discussion. We don't have much time. We have about 15 minutes, but we unfortunately don't have a traveling mic, but if somebody wants to ask a question, maybe they can come in and I can repeat the question. Okay, sir.
First of all, thank you, Ustad. I have to report from you. Hello, everyone. My name is Ian. The beautiful place. I want to explain to you, Ustad, our relationship with time not exists because different how we look at time. We look beautiful picture. We created a beautiful. We created a bad of the time. Because these are outside the mark, outside the space, outside the time. These are outside the mark, space and time. Different how we look at the time. Also, I want to explain for you. I not teach you, I remind you, because the power, philosophy refers, explain, not change. Because majority of philosophy explain, not change. The power explain, I think that I am of Pasayat, by person, Magna Kukra Pasmalata. He not told me why I exist. And he said, God created like universe, like somebody will create world and leave it alone. But he not explain why he leave it alone. And please to explain about soul. What do you mean soul? If I am physically this time suffering, I am consider my soul suffering.
The body suffer, the soul suffer. The soul suffer from the pain that the body gets because they share together one place. As we mentioned yesterday, like in an atom, you have the mass, you have the electron. Both of them, they complete each other. Soul without a body cannot exist in this life. And a body without a soul cannot exist in this life. In another life, the soul might exist by itself. That's something else. If you can take your soul out of your body and you leave your body and you come free soul, then that is another matter. We can discuss it. But as long as you cannot reach that level, still the soul and the body can share the pain together. What is good, they share it. What is not good, they can share it also at the same time. Thank you.
A very quick question, not a very hard one to answer.
If it is hard, so I have to.
Is it more important for religions to respect each other's differences and to maintain their own traditions, or is it more important for them to find common ground?
I think all religions indicate to one. And that's why I don't see any differences to me in religions. And I don't see, except, I cannot say a common ground. I can say that all of them share the same ground. And if we want to look at it from a very spiritual perspective, heavenly perspective, all religions belongs to God. So all of them have the same ground, all of them have the same structure, all of them, they complete each other, and that's why I don't believe there is a difference between a religion and another religion. I believe all of them lead to God. Which one you take, you reach. Which one, the one that you feel you are okay with it, you can seek your journey and you reach your Lord. Thank you. Thank you.
It's okay, come on. Sir.
One of the big problems that a lot of people have with God is all-knowing, all-powerful, all-merciful. Why does God allow these suffering to occur in the world for the individual? I'm just wondering from the Islamic perspective, how do you, from the surface basically, how do you see God as his own all-powerful, all-merciful being who allows the suffering that we occur in the world?
That's a hard question. Whatever I am going to explain, people might say no or yes, or you might still, there must be still conflict. You can see people are dying from floods. You can see people dying from hunger. You can see people this or that. No one was able to explain these miseries, why it is happening. The most important is, if it happened, our duty is to help. God is merciful, for sure. Look at yourself. You are in good health. You are happy, you are coming here, you are free, no one is bothering you. So your duty is to go and help. It might be a wisdom also for people to help each other, to understand the meaning of poor, to understand the meaning of death, to understand the meaning of disasters. Or else, if these things were not happening, we never understand what is good for us and what is bad for us. So to me, if you ask me personally, I will say to you that what you see miseries happening, for example, children dying from hunger, I see it that these children are being a sacrifice for the rest of the children around the world, that they took this burden on themselves, that pain on themselves, sacrifice themselves to the benefit of the others. So I look at it as a sacrifice, their life to give life to others. If I see a flood and many people died, I see that these people died to eliminate disaster. Might be the disaster was coming on you, and they carried it themselves. So I see that God will reward them, might be give them higher than anyone else, might because they were the sacrifice for the whole humanity. And I see that in the other life as a Muslim or as a Christian or as a Jew or as a Hindu, whatever, in the second cycle of life, they will be the leaders. They will come the leaders of children who died on very young age. Those who died in flood, they will be leaders in their communities. God will give them respect, will give them honor. Don't think that they are going from this life without an honor. They will go with honor more than what we go with when we die. This is from my own understanding of this kind of miseries.
Yeah. In the red, yes.
Actually, I'd like to build on the question of the last person, because it's actually a burning question for me too. I personally have problems accepting explanations for what happens in this life based on something that may have happened in a previous life or may happen after we die. My issue is with trying to reconcile how it can be that there is a God that is both all-powerful and all-kind. I can imagine a God that's all-powerful but not all-kind. I can also imagine a God which is all-kind but not all-powerful. It's reconciling these two for how life is now, not how it may be when we die and how it was before we got here, but reconciling that there is a God that was all-powerful and still allowed for life to be designed in such a way that suffering is a prerequisite part of what we know life to be. Suffering at the hands of not our own choices always, but the hands of choices of others, and also because of our human nature which causes suffering. So this notion of suffering and a God that is all-powerful and all-kind is very hard for me personally to reconcile, and it's something I've struggled with, and I am very curious what the Sufi tradition would say about that.
Sufi traditions look at everything from a point of view that they try to help when there is a suffering. Now, why is that suffering is there? We are, as Sufis, as much as we question it, we cannot get an answer. It's same to like everyone. So if we cannot get an answer, so we must not drop it and say, oh, we don't know what is the answer, we cannot understand it, we cannot do anything. No, when we see a disaster, we run to help. We try our best to help what is happening, and to try to eliminate pain from people who are suffering or who suffer. So this is from our own perspective how to look at it. And on top of that, we try, if we can, to change a suffering, to make it easy for those who suffered, then we can help them in counseling them and in working with them, in helping them, in giving them shelter. This is what we can do. More than that, we don't know why suddenly tsunami came and 500,000 died. Why? No one knows. So we cannot say God tortured them. We cannot say might be a problem within the planet, earthquakes that happening under the water made this kind of suffering, lightning, like this aeroplane went into the ocean, a lightning hit a lightning, and there was a problem in the aeroplane. So our duty is to help when there is a suffering, or prevent a suffering to happen ahead of time. More than that, we are helpless. We cannot do more than that. And this is, I'm telling you the truth, it is a complicated question, and I think we need more time to focus on it, to understand it, how we can eliminate complete suffering from Earth, and how we can ask, request our superpower or God to eliminate this from humanity. What we have to do. Might be there is a problem on Earth that people are not obeying correctly. Allah is punishing. We don't know. God is punishing. So might be it's not a punishment, might be a reminder. And our duty is, as I said, to help those who are in problems, more than to go and tackle the is there God, why God is doing this, why God is doing that. It's not we are not God. If we were God, we can understand. But we are not. So no one can claim he is God. So that's why we cannot give that answer. God has to give that answer, and we hope one day that answer will come. Thank you.
Highlight the majesty of creation and also understanding, which was quite useful. My question is, in the broader community, seems to be a contrast and conflict between spirituality and science. Question is, how much few words you have to say regarding whether science, modern science, Western science, has gone the wrong way, or is it complementary to spirituality and actually is getting closer to somewhere to explain and open people's heart in a different language than spirituality, but yet complementary to spirituality?
To me, I feel that science is important for people to understand the greatness of the Creator through these experiments that we are dealing with them in the laboratories and giving us ideas about what is going around us. And that's why by this way we can build up the spiritual dimension of people to think better and to enlighten themselves that there is something there that they have to find out, which open their mind to a new era of a spiritual life that might take them more and more deeper into understanding their own personalities. That's why I think it is, both of them, they complete each other, science and spirituality.